back on Egmont Soch ki Tea Talk, Train of Thought with a series of an episode with Professor Vijay Kant Verma, Chancellor of Dr.CV Raman, University Patna, Bihar, and also heading the core research group and the innovation group of an ISEC group of an universities. And sir, excellent insights to what we are getting for our Tea Talk audience. The journey, the way you have started, your inspiration more towards the education and the armed forces, and which you got into. And last episode, what a powerful punch of an 4-letter of an L what you have given. Now, in this episode, I think about this P.R.I.C.E concept. Can you please share with our target audience about this P.R.I.C.E concept?
This P.R.I.C.E concept is based on the experience which I had in corporate and industries. So, first 2 letters actually make the most of it. P stands for productivity and plan. I had found in my childhood, my mother was the best planner in the house. She could plan things meticulously without any problem. So plan is the starting point, which takes care of time management also. And when you go to industry, you find so many tools are there, CPM, P.R.I.C.E and all those things are there. But until unless you put heart into it, you won't be able to successful. That's what I learned from my mother. And productivity is of course very important. Productivity is not only in quantity but in quality also. And time. So these things if you attach, you can do wonders in industry. That also I learned from my mother, because anybody coming to house, suddenly some guests coming, she used to plan everything. And it used to appear that it was planned like that, their arrival which was all of a sudden. But the food was ready on time and everything was done. It was the plan and productivity
together,
which was the first letter. The second letter is R. R, I give it for research and relationship. So relationship in any setup, more so in industry and corporate, you have a whole department, HR. You have whole department training for the human relations. You have so many ethical managers are there. So human relation is one thing which is very, very important if you want to get the things done. And research should be part of your job, and I felt like my mother, I learnt everything from my mother. So she used to keep doing some research in when she is doing the production. So that's how the things improved every time. And then that is the thing that I think each individual in an organization should do research also along with doing his job to improve it further and do it in a better way. So these first two letters actually make most of the thing in any setup, industry and corporate. First 2 letters. Then remaining 3 letters, ICE, ICE is like icing on cake. I take it for innovation and inventory management. I found inventory management is very, very tough thing. I have found in defense also, and I have found in factories also, in corporate. There are so many theories on inventory management, but you find everywhere the non-moving stock, the non-moving inventory is huge.
Correct.
It is actually eating onto the productivity. So again, I took lesson from my mother only, because in kitchen you find so big inventory of perishable,
yeah, correct.
and nothing used to go waste.
Correct.
And inventory management, for that, I think again the inventory manager has to put heart into it, and he should not limit himself to only stores. He has to move around and find out how the things are moving. That's how he come to know. Like my mother, she knew people in the house. We had a family of about 15. So she knew everybody's taste, everybody's quantity of consumption.
Correct.
And that's how she was able
Budgeting
to
and all like
do that.
Yeah.
So I feel in a factory or in any environment, a storekeeper or a store manager must move around. He should be moving and knowing other things to manage his store.
Correct.
And only past consumption should not be taken as a yardstick to equip. So then inventory management and innovation also is one should keep innovating things and find out. That's how factories or product companies who don't innovate or don't digress with time, they perish. There are so many examples of people who have perished. And then the culture. Culture is a very important thing. C is for culture, and organizational culture is very, very important. Work culture is very important. And if you have the first two letters which I said, if they are in place, I think you develop culture. And the last is, of course, environment, how you build the environment. So environment is responsibility of any organization, and environment should not be limited to only workplace. It should spread to the houses, it should spread to the society, and ultimately it should spread to the nation.
Oh, I see. I think ऐसे कहते हैं ना, बुनियाद जो आपके करियर की जो होती है घर से शुरुआत होती है. I am sure there is a lot of learning from the mother at home, how she is managing the entire thing. This P.R.I.C.E concept given by Professor Vijay Kant Verma, Chancellor of Dr.CV Raman University, Patna, Bihar. I am sure this will make a foundation of a target audience of practitioners over there. If you can understand the P.R.I.C.E concept from productivity, from relationship, from innovation to culture, and it's an excellent concept explained in a simplified way for a target audience to get for insight. This is what ttalk audience, ttalk channel is all about, where the experts like Dr. Professor Vijay Kant Verma ji comes and shares his experience, his insight. I'm sure this makes the base more stronger. I think if you like Professor Vijay Kant Verma, just go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. Follow on the next episode with Professor Vijay Kant Verma, Chancellor of Dr.CV Raman University, Patna, Bihar. Thank you very much. So thanks a lot for being part of this episode. Thank you very much. God bless.
My pleasure.